So let's make some clay pot rice, and given the name, it's obviously rice cooked in a clay pot. So this one has some tofu and some mushrooms in it, and it's cooked in a really good, delicious savory sauce with some bok choy and there. So take a spoonful and enjoy it because it's really so good. Just a quick note though that if you don't have a clay pot, you can still use a pan or anything with a cover. A non-stick pan or a pot would be good. And basically, yeah, so we're gonna start off now with the rice. So we have here some long grain rice. And basically, what we're gonna do is wash this 1 to 2 times just to get the dirt out. Add in some vegetable broth, and we're gonna leave it to soak for an hour so the rice is gonna cook faster later on. And then we're gonna go and slice up some mushrooms. So I used a mix of shiitake and king oyster mushrooms for this recipe, but if you can use other mushrooms, it's totally fine. And also have here some sliced extra firm tofu, similar to smoked tofu. And basically we're gonna add that in along with some bok choy or some other greens of your choice. And basically we're gonna go and heat up the pot over low heat. So basically we're gonna want to cook the rice like risotto in the broth, and we're just gonna kind of mix that and leave it to simmer. And slowly the water will obviously boil and the rice will absorb the liquid. So once the rice has absorbed pretty much almost all of the liquid, we're gonna go ahead and just kind of lay that down and just fix it a bit, and we're gonna go ahead and cover it and leave it to continue to cook. Meanwhile, we're gonna heat a pan or a large wok with some oil and add in the tofu. And we're gonna pan fry the tofu here with some dark soy sauce, and we're just gonna cook that down for a few minutes, and it's gonna give this nice dark brown color. And we're added in some sugar just to sweeten it, since this will kind of mimic the Chinese sausage that's usually in this recipe. And we're gonna add in some Shaoxing wine or some rice wine just to kind of give that extra flavor and cook it down. And after the wine has slightly evaporated, we're gonna go ahead and set the tofu to the side. And afterwards, we're gonna go ahead and add in the mushrooms. And we're gonna cook the mushrooms down as well until they're tender. And we're gonna go ahead and season that with a bit of soy sauce just to taste, and mix that up and cook it for a few more minutes. And then afterwards, once we're happy, we're gonna add in some white pepper and just give that a good mix as well. And just cook it, and afterwards we're gonna go ahead and cook down the veggies as well. So I just gave it a quick stir and sauteed it for a few minutes until it was half cooked. And afterwards we're gonna basically just transfer everything into a pot, So basically, if you see here, the rice is almost cooked, but we're gonna add in the toppings. The rice is basically gonna cook down and absorb all of the flavors and the sauce, and I added in half of the sauce here. And we're just gonna cover this and leave it to cook over very, very low heat for around 15-20 minutes until the rice is evenly cooked through. And we added in some oil on the sides just to help the rice crisp up, since it's gonna get that nice brown coating. So basically, here is the rest of the rice, and I poured in the rest of the sauce. I just wasn't able to shoot this part. But yeah, basically here's a finished outcome, and I added in some chopped scallions, and I'm gonna just basically mix everything up so that the rice is fully coated in the sauce, and it's super good and really, really good when it's very hot. Actually, it's a perfectly warm and hearty meal. So I hope you guys enjoy this one, and the recipe is linked in the description box, and it will show you the crust that formed in the pot of mine. So it kind of turned into a dark golden brown. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.